實拍實說，大地海外升學。
歡迎收睇實拍實說，我係大地海外升學嘅 Daniel 啊。今日喺我身後呢一間呢，就係 Royal Holloway University of London 啦。Royal Holloway 咧係全英國排名頭30位嘅大學嚟㗎。咁佢哋現時有6間學院，分別咧就係 Business and Management、Engineering、Physical and Mathematical Sciences、Humanities、Law and Social Science、Life Sciences and the Environment， 同埋咧就係 Performing and Digital Arts 嘅。咁現時咧呢6間學院開辦嘅課程範疇咧相當之廣泛，亦都有唔少出名嘅課程。例如啦，佢哋 Computer Science 課程咧，佢哋嘅研究質素係達到 World Class Level， 而 Electrical Engineering 嘅教學質素咧係全英國排名第一嘅。咁而另外好出名嘅課程，亦都包括咧 Music and Creative Writing 呢2科咧喺英國排名相當高嘅課程。咁我哋等一陣咧都會去訪問佢哋嘅部分嘅老師啦，同埋睇一睇佢哋唔同嘅學院設施嘅。
睇緊呢條片嘅你，如果想以國際學生嘅身份入讀呢間咁靚、教學質素又咁高嘅大學，但同時又擔心英文成績或者科目底子唔夠嘅話呢，就有個好消息要話俾你知啦。Royal Holloway 校內咧係設有 International Study Centre 嘅，提供 International Foundation Year 同埋 International Year 1課程。以香港學生為例 ，Foundation Program 咧就係招收 Form 5或以上畢業嘅學生，文理雙科都有嘅。完成課程嘅學生又達到校內嘅要求咧，就可以直升 Royal Holloway 嘅大學1年級噶啦。而 International Foundation Year 咧就係招收考完 DSE 嘅學生，同樣咧科目選擇都多嘅。完成1年嘅課程就可以直升 Year 2，係近年嘅熱門選擇嚟㗎。我哋一陣間都會訪問 International Study Centre 嘅職員，俾大家更深入咁去了解 Royal Holloway 嘅。Royal Holloway 嘅校園咧係位於倫敦以西嘅 Egham 㗎，由希斯路機場過嚟咧只係需要10幾分鐘嘅車程，而由 Central London 過嚟咧亦都只需要40分鐘左右嘅啫。咁近 London， 除咗買嘢同食嘢方便之外咧，大家想去倫敦眾多嘅世界級 museum 景點或者球場咧都會好就腳。同學如果想去附近揾啲 part-time job 嘅機會咧，都會相對地多嘅喎。
一入到嚟 Royal Holloway 咧，就會見到呢一群嘅歷史建築噶啦。其實唔講咧，我差啲以為自己去咗博物館添。嗱，而家大家身後見到嘅呢一個 Founders Building 咧，係大學嘅核心地帶嚟嘅。咁佢喺1886年咧，由當其時嘅女王 Queen Victoria 咧開幕啟用。入邊除咗有dining hall 啦、教堂啦、一啲圖書館之外咧，亦都係部分同學嘅宿舍嚟嘅。嗱，除此以外 ，Founders Building 咧，亦都有一個 Picture Gallery。佢展示大學創辦人之一 Thomas Holloway 咧當年收集嘅一啲藝術品嘅。
如果你比較中意一啲新穎啲嘅校園設施咧，咁就可以嚟呢一座 Emily Wilding Davidson Building 啦。呢一座咧係一座7×24嘅圖書館嚟嘅，入邊仲有 Career Centre 呢一類嘅 Student Service 添。
Royal Holloway 呢一度咧，每一座學院咧都有自己嘅一座獨立嘅大樓嘅。咁大樓與大樓之間嘅距離咧，其實都唔係好遠嘅啫。對於同學如果要穿梭唔同嘅大樓啊 department 去上堂咧，其實都相當之方便嘅。
我哋去 Royal Holloway 嘅呢日咧，參觀咗好幾個 schools 同埋 department， 而家就先俾大家睇睇咧佢哋部分嘅環境同埋教學設施先。Royal Holloway 嘅課程咧都幾受香港同學歡迎㗎。為咗俾大家深入啲去了解佢哋嘅特色咧，我哋專登訪問咗幾個學系嘅 lecturer 同埋同學。 咁而家就等我先同 International Study Centre 嘅同事阿 Ben 同埋 Nicole 傾下偈，俾大家知道佢哋點樣支援國際學生先。
So thank you very much for the interview.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, so my first question is surely about the background. So Ben, can you tell me something about university here?
Sure, so Royal Holloway was founded on the belief that education can be a powerful force for social change and on the ethos that we want to unlock potential and remove barriers to access to education. So this building that we're in, the Founders Building, was actually built, and it was the first university in the UK where women could access higher education. And a generation of women, the first doctor in the UK, the novelist George Eliot, women fighting for rights and making political change, all went through Royal Holloway. And the International Study Centre was founded 12 years ago, and we're part of the same ethos. Our mission is to provide access to education for students who've got the potential, and we want to unlock that and build on the potential and give people access to the graduate careers and the key actor roles in their lives that their talents demand. And so Royal Holloway is a place where if you've got strong values and you want to express your values through leadership, this is the place to be. We've got a really progressive, challenge-led research agenda, and that's expressed in the classroom, working with academics every day on the campus here, and it's expressed in the university's leadership and the strategy for the university. And if international students come to Royal Holloway, then it's a great platform to go forward and make a difference in people's lives and make the world a better place through your research or career.
So why exactly is the International Study Centre have been set up in the university? Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Sure. So the International Study Centre is here for students who require additional support, who want a springboard or a launch pad for success into their main programmes. We run an international foundation year, an international year one, and a pre-masters programme. So that means you've got 3 choices of entry point, and to go into an undergraduate or a postgraduate programme, we run 4 pathways at each level, so that's 12 courses. Each pathway goes to a range of degrees. So for example, our international foundation year in arts and social sciences has 186 degree choices.
Wow.
And when you times that by 12, you can see there's a really broad, rich portfolio of courses that students can go on into. And our job at the ISC is to be the best in the business when it comes to supporting students to succeed. We pride ourselves on giving students every learning opportunity to unlock the potential that they have and that they bring to the centre. And our job essentially is to bring opportunity to talent, and aspiration. Our students' aspirations is what drives us, and support to become independent learners is what we provide. So we've got progress coaches, which are international students who've graduated who are now working at the ISC supporting students. We have, in addition to all our academic modules and our experienced academics who are international student specialists, we have boosters in all modules to support students. We have personal tutorials so students can meet one-to-one regularly with their academics, and we have a student experience team with our own welfare team, our own support team, our own enrichment and transition teams, making sure students have a really smooth arrival into the ISC, build special memories, networks of friends that will last them a lifetime, and also have a really smooth transition onto their main programme once they leave us at the ISC and go into their main degrees and master's programmes.
So upon the graduation, how would the international student go to the career or the study in the UK further?
Right, so when you graduate from Royal Holloway, you're joining an alumni network with over 100,000 students in it and representatives of 165 countries in that network. So we're talking about a huge, diverse network of colleagues that have all graduated from Royal Holloway and all share that common network of connections. And that's a really rich source of opportunities and information about where you can go next in your careers. And the important thing about Royal Holloway is that we are a challenge-led research institution, ranked 15 in the Times last year for the research quality and research impact. And so when you're doing your degree, you're working directly with academics who are making a difference in the real world and working hard every day to make things better. A good example of that is the Centre for Research into Sustainability, where Nicole, my colleague at the ISC, is currently doing her PhD. You can maybe tell us a little bit about the research impacts now.
Yeah, so I went here as a undergrad in the management department, and from just a careers perspective, so many of my fellow students back then have gone on to incredible careers working from banks such as HSBC, to Barclays, to Goldman Sachs, and then also other companies, more commercial, which is Amazon, Google. A lot of them have also started their own companies, have been really successful, and I think definitely entrepreneurship, whether you decide to study that here or if you want to use the marketing course to try and help start your own business. It's been huge careers for the students here. And then also I think from a ISE perspective, I think we really do try and help as much as we can to not just progress to the next year, but also to progress in your careers. And that's one thing that the one-to-one tutorials are also for, is to maybe if you're unsure of what career you want to pursue, we are here to help you and try and guide you in that way as well.
Yeah, so do you have any advice particularly to the students that come from abroad, what they should consider before coming to the university or studying in the UK?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to that. So if you think about learning to swim, the first thing is you're going to have to get in the water. You wouldn't develop the ability to swim by watching someone else swim. And so my main advice to international students coming to the UK is dive right in. When you get here, you need to engage, go to class, put your hand up, ask questions, do the pre-reading before your seminars, and then when you get in there, be confident and make a contribution and let us know what you think, and don't be afraid to fail. The learning process is naturally built on a series of trial and error experiences where you try and express yourself and express your views, and there's some feedback that will come from that process, and then you move on and move forward and go again. And the big mistake is to not dive in, is to stand at the edge at the side and not contribute. The other thing that I would emphasize is that UK higher education is built on fierce intellectual independence. And that means that we want you to tell us what you think, how you see things, what your analysis tells you, how you conclude on the basis of the evidence. And so you've got to come and think critically and engage with evidence and engage in discussion and debate. Do your reading, put the work in, make sure you're informed, but then form your own view and express it clearly and assertively. And if you dive in and engage with the learning process and put as much in effort and energy as you can, and you think critically, and you engage with the content, and you think deeply and you think disruptively about your specialism, if you do those two things well, you should succeed.
I think that's the treasure of the UK education system. Yeah. And I think that's the big step for the Asia students. So any advice from you, Nicole?
I 100% agree with Ben. I think we have a proven track record that if you attend all your classes and have high attendance rates, you progress and you are top in your class. So it's definitely proven. And I do definitely think that we very much encourage for critical thinking and independent thinking. We are, of course, here to help with whatever you need. And for those students that might need a bit more help and assistance, we are also there. But it's very much leaning towards critical thinking and doing all of the independent research yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much. And lastly, do you have any new program or initiatives from the university or the International Study Centre?
Yeah, we do. We're very lucky to have Nicole here, actually, who's been a real driver of change and enhancement at the centre, and she's launched a program this year which is making a massive difference to our students, and she can tell us a little bit about it now.
Yeah, so I have a varied background, from starting my own business to selling it to then being in the corporate world and now back in academia. So I have a wide range of connections in the business world. And so I created the Ideas Fest initiative or program where everyone is available to apply, and it was very competitive this year. So so it was the top students that and the applicants that we put onto the program, and the whole premise is that we have partnered with the leading UK businesses and charities, where they send us a business question, or they might need help in strategy, and the students will send them a pitch. And the whole idea around it was we wanted to have a interdisciplinary approach to it. So if it's a marketing approach, you might have sustainability factors, or you might have social factors. So we wanted them to really approach it with as broadly as possible. And they've just submitted a couple of weeks ago to the businesses, and we have over 50% of the students that are now going up for an interview for a possible job or internship. So it's been hugely successful, and the feedback from them was just unbelievable and completely exceeded my expectations. So yeah, it's been a really fun ride.
Yeah, amazing, and that's very good to hear. That really helps the students as well, and nowadays the workplace in here. So yeah, nice talking to you too, and thank you very much for the interview.
You too, Daniel.
Thank
you
very
so much.
Thank you.
Royal Holloway 嘅校園入邊咧有好幾座宿舍俾同學入住，我哋今日咧會先介紹其中2座俾大家睇睇嘅。首先同大家去到 George Eliot 呢度睇睇，呢座宿舍入邊咧都係單人房嚟嘅，房入邊都會有書台啦、衣櫃啦呢啲基本嘅設施，洗手間就會係每2個人 share 一個嘅。而宿舍嘅地下就會有 common room， 入邊咧會有個幾大嘅廚房啦，望落都幾闊落同埋幾企理㗎。而我哋參觀嘅另一座宿舍咧，就係喺頭先都介紹過嘅 The Founders Building 入邊嘅。房入邊嘅設施同頭先睇過嘅 George Eliot Hall 差唔多嘅，主要嘅分別咧就係呢個係一個 catered hall， 同學可以喺 Founders Building 入邊嘅 dining hall 咧用大概半價去買嘢食嘅。呢條片完之前教大家一個 Royal Holloway 嘅冷知識啊！大學嘅 Founders Building 嘅走廊咧係起得特別闊㗎，原因咧就係 Royal Holloway 係英國第一間專為女性開辦嘅高等學府嚟㗎，喺19世紀嘅當時咧都惹嚟唔少嘅爭議。而喺嗰個年代咧，女性都會穿着住啲好優雅嘅維多利亞裙嘅，不過咧條裙嘅裙擺體積咧都幾大㗎，所以咧校方就特登將條走廊整闊啲，方便啲同學咧喺走廊嗰度出入。今日參觀完 Royal Holloway， 印象最深刻嘅咧一定係佢哋嘅 Founders Building 啊！呢座位於大學核心地帶嘅大樓，除咗滿載住 Royal Holloway 嘅歷史之外，亦都令大學充滿住學術嘅氣息。同學喺度讀書咧，自然會好容易俾咁濃厚嘅學術氣氛所感染嘅，所以咧亦都好難怪佢哋有咁多科目同埋研究項目做得咁出色嘅。另外學校嘅地理位置咧，亦都係佢嘅一大優勢啊！同學要去倫敦參加學術會議啦、實習或者去揾 part-time 工作咧，都相當之方便。不過近倫敦咧都唔係冇缺點嘅，最直接嘅當然就係喺呢個 area 相對高嘅生活成本啦。不過同學喺度咧都係基本嘅衣食住行，呢幾年之間嘅開支咧應該都係有限數嚟嘅。希望大家都中意呢條 video 啦。臨走之前記得 comment、like 同埋 subscribe 我哋實拍實說 channel 啊！仲有啊，我哋參觀 Royal Holloway 嘅當日咧，仲訪問咗幾個 schools 同埋 department 嘅，包括 School of Business and Management 啦、Department of Economic、Department of English、Department of Psychology 同埋 Department of Music 嘅。想了解多啲呢啲學科嘅話咧，就記得睇埋下一條片啊！
有可愛升學問題，即刻 WhatsApp 大地啦！